Hello, my dear fifth students. First of all, I wish you a very happy Diwali. Enjoy the day. Yes, eat special dishes. Play safe. Be safe. Okay. Yes, so coming to our class, coming to our today's class, we have finished our sixth unit, the witty Nasruddin, right? Yes, we have finished the lesson. We have finished the question answers and also the second bit, arrange the following sentences taken from the story in the correct sequence, right? Yes, next I told you to write this sentences. I have already told you to write the sentence in this box. Did you write? If you haven't finished yet, please finish it. Okay. Yes, we have finished the third bit also. Tick the right option. It is like choose the correct answers. Then vocabulary, homophones. In our previous class we have finished this homophones, right? What are homophones? I have given you the homework also. Yes, homophones are nothing but the words which are pronounced in the same way but have different spelling and meaning. Yes or no? Yes, you all know about this. Yes, very good. So here we have seen few words which are homophones, right? And then we created the sentence using the two words homophones. So now coming into this second bit, here you see, take the correct answer and write it in the blanks. Here there are a few sentences and also there are two options. We have to click the we have to tick the correct answer and then we have to write it in the fill in the blank, in the blank. Got it? Yes. So first one, you see, first one, Pintu and I like to play. Here Pintu and I in the sense two persons, right? Pintu and I like to play football every day. Come on, tell me what is the answer here. We get we here. Why? Because Pintu and I, here a person is talking, a person is telling the sentence. Now think I am telling this sentence. What I would say, Pintu is, I think Pintu as my friend or someone. Pintu and I like to play. We play football every day. We in the sense I and Pintu. Okay. So here the answer is we. Here we have full stop, so the starting letter should be the capital letter, right? We play football every day. Got it? Yes, next one you see. Look at those kittens. Look at those kittens. Dash are so cute. So what is it? The hints are they and it. What do we get here? They is used for plural. It is used for singular. So here those kittens in the sense plural. So what we use here? They. What we use? They. Okay. Look at those kittens. They are so cute. What are kittens? Babies of cats, right? Yes. They are so cute. Here look at those kittens. We already know plural. For plural words we use they. For singular we use it. Here kittens in the sense plural, so we use they here. Done? Yes, next. Please come here. I want to talk to what do we get? You. Okay. Please come here. I want to talk to you. We won't get he here. I want to talk to he. It is not the correct form. Okay. Please come here. I want to talk to you. Now if I have any problem with you or if you are doing something in the class, what I will tell you, I'll call you. Come here. I want to talk to you. Yes. So the answer is you. You. Got it? Clear? Yes. Next one you see. This is Mr. Rao. Dash is our new teacher. Now here, what is this? MR is Mr. Okay, we use it in front of boys, in the sense gents. Okay. Now MRS, what it is? MRS in the sense Mrs. Mrs in the sense Mrs is used in front of the women who are married. Okay. Mrs. MRS. It is Mrs. which is used in front of the name of women who are married. Okay, now unmarried women are called as miss. Okay, miss. Done. Unmarried women are called as miss. Married women are called as mrs. Okay, yes. Now for an example, you have father and mother, right? So Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Okay, married women are called as Mrs. Done. Is it clear? So here this is Mr. Rao. Mr. in the sense he is boy. Okay, so what we use for boy? We use he. So here he is our new teacher. He. If you get here Mrs. Rao in the sense, the wife of Mr. Rao. So we get she, because if here we have Mrs. we get she. Here it is Mr. So we get he. Mr. in the sense used for boys. Mrs. is used for women who are married. Got it? Done. Yes, clear. Yes, very good. This is Mr. Rao. He is our new teacher. Yes. Now next one. Turn the page. Actually, okay, done. Yes, take the page. The mangoes are ripe. I want to buy they or them. I want to buy them. We get them here. Okay, they is the wrong form here. Got it? We won't use they at the end. We use they at the first. They are mangoes. They are yellow in color. Mangoes are yellow in color. It's not the correct way. Okay, so the mangoes are ripe. I want to buy them. Done it? Yes. Next, this dog is ours. What do we get here? Yes, it's a simple thing. See, however, remember the thing. R is used in front of noun. Okay, it means this is our dog. If R is used in front of noun, so at the end we have to use ours. Okay, ours. It is used at the end of the sentence. Okay, R is used before the noun, in the sense if the sentence is this is dash dog, this is our dog, but this dog is our. It is not the correct thing. This dog is ours. Okay, OURS. Now here if we get if the sentence is like this, this is dash dog, here ours in the sense we get our. Okay, this is our dog. Our is used in front of noun. Dog is a noun, name of a animal. It is noun. So when we use when we have blank in front of dog in the sense noun, we get our. So here it is at the end in the sense we get ours. Okay, it means we are owning that dog is ours. It means the dog is ours. The owner of the dog can say that dog is ours, right? Yes. Next, in the same way, the red umbrella is your or yours. We can't say your, because your should come in front of noun. So here we get yours. Okay, the red umbrella is yours. Now how we get your? If the sentence is this is dash red umbrella, this is your red umbrella. If your red umbrella, here we get before noun umbrella. Okay, yes. Next, then where are dash shoes? Where are dash shoes? What is the answer here? Where are my shoes? Okay, where are my shoes? We get where are my here. Mine isn't the end. We'll get it at the end. Examples: it is mine. Okay, it is mine. We get in that mine in that way. It is my. We can't say that sentence. It's wrong sentence. Okay, mine in the sense the mine should come at the end of that sentence, like it is mine. That shoes are mine. Those shoes are mine. That is right. In that way we get mine. But here we won't get mine, because where are my shoes? Where are mine shoes? We won't get it. It's a wrong sentence. Got it? Yes. Next, that is that is theirs house. Here at the end you got that blank, right? Actually here this blank should come here, okay, but it's printing mistake, I think so, because if we get a dash here, it is nonsense, it is not a sentence, it won't become a sentence. That is house there, that is house theirs, it won't it is not a proper sentence. So that is dash house, in the sense their house, okay, their house, THEIR, their house, that is their house. The blank should come here and this option should be here, okay. That is dash house, that is their house. Theirs, we won't get theirs, okay. Now when we get theirs like this, if the sentence is like this, we get theirs, in the sense this house is theirs, okay, this house is theirs. Now here that is dash house means that is their house. Got it? Yes. Next, I know dash brother. I know your or yours. Yours we won't get here. Why? Because yours, the yours will be getting at the end of that sentence. Here your gets before noun. Noun, brother is a noun, name of someone. Yes, I know your brother. You are. Why? Oh, you are. Okay. All clear? Done? Yes. Next one you see. Next, here we have adjectives. Adjectives in the sense degree of comparison. Here I don't know whether you learned about this before in your before classes or not. Yes, so here degree of comparison. Here we have adjectives with degree of comparisons. Once see that. When you talk about the quality of a person or thing or an action, you use the positive degree. Here degrees of comparisons are three types, okay. One is positive degree, and then comparative degree, and then superlative degree. We have three degrees of comparison. One is positive degree, the other thing is comparative degree, and then the third one is superlative degree. Here we have the C, positive degree, and then comparative degree, and then superlative degree. Got it? So what is positive degree? We'll see now. When you talk about the quality of a person or thing or an action, you use the positive degree. Now before entering into positive degree, I want you people to know about adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is a word which describes more about the noun, right? Yes, adjectives are describing words which describe more about the noun. So here when we talk about the quality of a person or thing or an action, in the sense you use positive. Now here example, Rajiv is tall. Here Rajiv is noun, the name of a person, right? Rajiv is noun. Tall is, what is tall here? Tall is adjective which is describing about the noun. Rajiv is tall, in the sense Rajiv is a person who is very tall. So tall is the word which is describing about the Rajiv. So tall is adjective. So it is positive degree. We call it as positive degree. Got it? Yes. Next you see, when you compare the quality of a person or thing with another, you use the comparative degrees. In the sense, now here we are telling about one person, right? Only one person. Who is that person? Raju. We are telling about only one person, so we use positive degree. Here if we compare with two people, if we compare the quality between the two people, we use comparative degree. In the sense, taller. See there, Lokesh is taller than Rajiv. Here we are talking about only one person, so we use positive degree. Here there is a comparison between two people, right? Lokesh and also Rajiv. So while comparing the quality of the two people, what we get comparative degree. In the sense, the word taller is comparative degree. Got it? Clear? Tall is used with only one person, okay, quality of one person. But here taller in the sense comparative degree. Taller is used to compare the quality between two people, okay. Yes. Next, when you compare the quality of a person or thing with more than two people or things, you use the superlative degree. Now superlative degree is tallest here. Why we use superlative degree? We use superlative degree when we compare the quality of a person or anything with more than two people, okay. Here Madhav is tallest boy in the class. One class in the sense we have so many people. Now in your class we have so many people, right? So from so many people, let us suppose one class have 50 students. Okay, Madhav is the tallest boy in the class. In the sense, Madhav is the only one boy who is tallest from these 50 students. Are you getting my point? So superlative degree is used when we compare the quality of a person with more than two people. Okay, here in a class, in the sense we have so many people. So got it? It is superlative degree. Done. So first, positive degree is we can only talk about one person. Okay, quality of one person or thing or any action, only one person. But a comparative degree is used to compare the quality between two people. Okay, but superlative is used to compare the quality quality with more than two people. Got it? So first one is positive degree, second one comparative degree, and then third one is superlative degree. Here degrees of comparison of tall. What you have to write? What is a comparative degree? Taller. Okay. Then what is a superlative degree? Tallest. In this way you have to create that more sentences, more words we have in that box. Okay, next you see. Usually comparative forms are formed by adding er to the adjective or more before the adjective. Here usually, I mean generally, we have comparative degree. In comparative degree we have to add er. Okay, for most of the words, not for all words, but most of the words have er at the end. Same adjective. Tall, it is adjective, right? Positive degree. If we add er, then we will get comparative degree. In most of the words we have to add er, so that we get the comparative degree. Not in all words. Okay. Next, and the superlative forms are formed by adding est to the adjective or most before the adjective. Okay. Here superlative we add est. Sorry, already we have est. Now it is the adjective. It is a positive degree. How we get comparative degree? If we add er to this, we get comparative degree. Then if we add est, we get superlative degree. For most of the words, not for all. Okay, most of the words, most of the words have in this way. Tall. If we add er, we get comparative. If we add est, we get superlative. Got it? Done? All clear? Yes. Now, once again, should I repeat it once again? So I'll repeat it once again. Okay. We have degrees of comparison, adjectives, degrees of comparison. We have three types of degrees of comparison. What are they? Positive degree, comparative degree, and then superlative degree. Okay. So what is meant by positive degree? Positive degree, in the sense, it is an adjective which we can talk about the quality of a person. Okay, only one person. If we talk about only one person, if we tell the quality of any one person or thing or an action, that is positive degree. Here Rajiv is tall. Here tall is the adjective. Sir, no, tall is adjective which is telling about only one person. He is Raju. Got it? It is positive degree. Now then, next, when you compare the quality of a person or thing with another, you use comparative degree. With, I mean, the comparison between two people, we get the comparative degree. Okay, here Lokesh is one person, Raju is one person. So Lokesh is taller than Raju. So here we are comparing the height of the Lokesh with Raju, right? So here taller is comparative degree. Then third one, if we compare the quality of person with more than two people, then we get superlative degree. Okay, Madhav is the tallest boy in the class. Whole class. A class has so many people, right? So from all those boys and girls, who is tallest? Madhav is tallest. So in this type of things we use superlative degree. Got it? Yes. So where we are, so here tall is the positive degree. For most of the words, what we use, if we use e and r, we get comparative degree. If we use est, we get a superlative degree. Okay, For most of the words, not for all the words, for most of them. I mean generally, if you add er then you get comparative degree, and then if you add est you get superlative degree. All clear now? Yes, degrees of comparison it is a very important topic in grammar. Yes, once go through it so that you can understand it much better. Got it? Yes, so enough for today's class. We'll meet in the next class. So once again, happy Diwali, play safe, be safe, signing off.